What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of my Hexagon series. And today, we're going to be in the CONCACAF Champions League, where, you know how I said that I would have liked to avoid one of the Mexican teams in the quarterfinals? Well, not only are we facing off against the biggest Mexican club, we are probably going to be facing off against the biggest club in all of North America. And I'm alluding to Club America right there with its big yellow badge. This is going to be a fight. There's no other way to put it. It's going to be a fight, and it's more than likely going to come up with us losing. So we got to try and stick it out and in the first leg and only pray that we don't get mauled when we go to Estadio Azteca in the second. But before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring in the off-season, who is coming in, who left, and what our squad looks like currently. So let's take a look at the transfers. And if you take a look, there's not a lot of outs compared to the ins, but some of the big ones. Actually, two big names. First one being Dave Jones. Dave Jones has left the club and has gone to FC Seoul for £2.6 million, and this was more of a salary dump more than anything, since he was at a max contract with the club. His contract was expiring at the end of the season, and I know he would have asked for more if I could bring him on as a designated player, but I just couldn't. 235 was his max. He wasn't going to take anything less than that. So, and with the players that were coming in, I felt it best to get rid of him and distribute his salary to other areas that basically needed work. So Dave Jones, with his very pacey play and great finishing, he is gone from the club. And then the second big name that left us was Jean-Jacques Naret. Jean-Jacques Naret going to Volga Nizhny Novgorod, who are in the Russian Premier League. I forget, what did we sell him for? We sold him for £650,000. And the main reason I sold him was because of another international left back I was bringing in. More on that later. The other three that you see there that were released on freeze right as I was making up the squad, those were three draftees, and you'll see their names pop up on the other side as well. But Ryan Matson, Dylan Rowland, and Chris King were more or less developmental players that they wouldn't have been missed had I released them. So in the end, drafted them. They weren't going to fit the squad. They went over requirements. They were literal surplus to requirements, as we had nine players listed as a reserve contract, and we needed to drop it down to 6. So they were the 3 that just weren't going to fit in with the squad. All right, now taking a look at the other side, on the ins, if you take a look at the very top, yes, you will see a familiar name. He was with us at the very beginning when I first came into Toronto, and his name is Alex Petke. Alex Petke coming in via the December waiver draft. Picked him up because, at the time I needed a little more help in the defensive mid position since Hamzawi was leaving, and I didn't know who was going to be stable at that spot. So I would have had Alexis Gomez as the other real defensive mid that I could slot in there. So I brought in Alex Petke through the draft more as a need filler, as a hole filler. So nothing too special about him. He's pretty much the same guy. I don't think his stats moved up all that much, if any at all. He's still pretty fast. He's got good defensive stats. Outside of that, there were 4 loanees, but 3 came in at the same time. Only one of them is currently staying with the club. Yes, Roger Luiz and Maicon went back to their respective Brazilian sides. Edgar Aguilar, coming in from Atlas, from the Mexican League. He is a 21-year-old Mexican, as you would assume. He is very pacey, very technical, and great mental skills. He is my new starting defensive mid. And this was basically in retrospect, I probably would have held off on signing Petke back had I've seen this man pop up on my transfer wire first. Like I say, he's 21 years old. I like his speed with a 14 pace, 13 acceleration, 11 agility, up and down, great mentals, and on his technical sides, 13 tackling, 13 marking. He can also play very well in a center mid role with a 14 first touch and a 14 passing. Overall, he is well-rounded. He's a well-rounded player. I would like to sign him on full time, but more than likely he would be asking for designated player contract money, meaning 235,000 pounds, and I don't think that's at current that would be beneficial to me. So right now I'm only loaning him in for 145,000 pounds for the season, and yeah, he's, like I say, he's just going to be my starting defensive mid. Outside of that, so we got a lot of draftees coming in. Up and down, I'm trying to figure out who I kept and who got released. First, we have Tom Eilander. He was a draftee from the, was it the Super Draft? I think this was the Super Draft. He is a 23-year-old striker, more than likely going to be a development project. Really pacey, I do like that. The only thing that he could work on is his attacking stats, his dribbling, his technique. His finishing is really good. Same with his first touch, 12 and 13 there. Otherwise, not a bad player. Then after that, we have midfielder Claudio Rubio. He's 21 years old, and just taking a look at the polygon, I actually did a comparison. That is the exact same polygon as Tab Yazzie. He is a lesser version of Tab Yazzie, if not identical, and 6 years younger than Tab. I'm not saying he can develop into Tab, but with the proper mentoring and training, I'm pretty sure he can be just as good as Tab Yazzie. Looking at his speed, that's the main focus of Claudio's. 16 acceleration with a 14 on pace. His mentals are decent. It could definitely be a little better, especially in bravery. If you're going to be playing the center mid role, he's going to try and win those balls. His leadership could use a little work. And as far as his technicals, work in progress. Though they are decent where they matter, like a 14 in technique and a 13 in passing. So overall, not a bad backup developmental player. In response to Noel Maurier being my only goalkeeper on the squad, I needed to pick up someone else, and that someone else is Brian Connor, drafting him in. And overall, not that bad. Good shot-stopping abilities, good in the air, a little work at his feet. He only has an 8 in pace, but everything else about him is pretty solid for a backup goalkeeper. I'm definitely going to use him from time to time. I'm sure he can be a solid developmental goalkeeper. Next, Chris King is gone. Andrew Sherlock coming in to us, I believe, through the December. It was probably the re-entry draft that we brought him in. I can't remember all the drafts by name. You got the re-entry draft, you got the supplemental draft, the super draft, the March waiver draft, which just happened. I don't know why they call it the March waiver draft when it's right at the end of February, but whatever. He is a 21-year-old center back who, on the surface, looks pretty solid. He's going to spend some time in the reserves just to hone his skills before coming up, and more than likely will start at some point in time. And that'll go with a lot of the other center backs, like Jesus Ibarra, who I picked up last season, and I want to say, not Ryan Matson, but Chad Hunter. Chad Hunter will be another one of those developmental center backs that could quite possibly show up in the near future. Chad Hunter is actually 22 years old. He's 6'5", so he's filling in the height requirements that Jean-Jacques Naret left behind. However, he does need to work a little bit on his defensive abilities. Yeah, 11 in marking and 12 in tackling is good. His technique needs a little bit of work. And he's decent in speed, too. And then out of the other draftees, that's it. That's all the draftees that we are keeping. And now we have two more players to talk about. Joost Kist from ADO in the Dutch League. He's a 29-year-old winger. Since I didn't have any true left wingers, yes, Fumasa could play on the left, but he's far and away more a striker than anything. He can't cross the ball in. All Fumasa would do is cut inside and play more an Iron Robin type of player who would just cut inside from a wide play and act more as like a second striker like that. Juice Kist is a winger through and through. 15 dribbling, 13 crossing, 16 first touch, 13 technique. Yes, this is the winger that I've been wanting. Zivkovic can only do so much out on the right. You need someone else to do it on the left. And Juice can do it. Especially with his speed, too. 15 with pace, 15 acceleration. If I continue to play my 4v1, he's going to be my starting left winger. Out and out. And then finally, I did say that I was getting rid of Jean-Jacques Naret for a left back who had similar, if not better, stats, and his name is Jean-Charles Braun. Yes, I substitute one French name for another. Instead, he is not Haitian, but he is Belgian. He's very small, too. He's 5'7", in stark contrast to the 6'6" frame of Jean-Jacques Naret. Jean-Claude Braun is very quick. Take a look at all his speed stats. He's got an 18 pace, 17 agility, and an 18 acceleration. He is my man when it comes to going up and down that left wing. I don't expect him to be all that helpful in the attacking, but if he can get back to the back line and cover that left side, prevent anything from coming down that way, then I will have certainly gotten my money's worth. And I only bought him for £4 million, bringing him in as a designated player. So I think this was a pretty good deal coming in. Taking a look at his mentals, up and down, pretty solid. Defensively, a 16 tackling and a 12 in marking. Definitely going to be one of my stalwarts there on the back line. And outside of that, there is one more bit of transfer news. As you can see right here, down here, there's an out and an in. And one of the outs is, or not one of the outs, the only out is Andres Franco. Andres Franco is going to be sticking with us until the 1st of July, at which point we will be selling him off to the Cyprus squad, Omonia, for £3.1 million. And mostly because we have a surplus at the center mid position at this point, and Andres Franco making £200,000 plus per year it's one of those money dumps that we need to let him go and bring back some of the salary cap that we can actually use towards other players. And the player that we're going to be bringing in at roughly the same amount of time is Murad Hadji. If you remember him from last season, we loaned him in, and his contract with Feyenoord was expiring. I'm very happy that they didn't decide to re-up him, and we're going to be only bringing him on for £90,000. I don't remember. This is actually a free transfer. That's right. Free transfer, and his contract is only £90,000. I'll take that any day of the week because it'll help us out immensely on the back line, especially during the mid-season push towards the MLS Cup playoffs. And actually, that would be right around the time the Canadian Championship starts, too. So bringing him in right in the middle of that will help our chances of winning that immensely. All right, that is everything wrapped up in the transfer market. Now, all we must do is play these two matches versus Club America, and I am not looking forward to it, as I've said before. Going forward, there's one injury that we'll talk about, and that is Andrei Zivkovic is out 2 weeks with, I believe he bruised something. He twisted his ankle, so it wasn't a bruise, but he's out for another 2 weeks because of that. And now we go to look at the team sheet for the first leg of this quarterfinal match. We are going to be at home at BMO Field. Not quite a sellout, which is very surprising. Club America coming out with a 4-4-2, a really standard 4-4-2. I am not going to be running my 4-5-1 this time. As I've said before, Zivkovic is out. I don't have a true right wing that I'm confident in playing in. I mean, I could play Mark Brown. I honestly could play Mark Brown, but at the same time, I'm not very confident in his abilities. And you know what? I think after taking a look at, I might change my mind. Yes, I know. Changing his mind on the fly. Gendo, what are you doing? So if you take a look at that, it's pretty much, instead of having wing play, I move everybody up and create a 3-striker front. Since I have an abundance of strikers who can also play wingers, So I guess that's what I'm going to do. Mark Brown is going to come in for Dave Powell out there. I don't expect this to be all that great. And you're going to be coming in for that then. So the starting 11 for this first match will be Marie in net, Braun, Petke, Gat, and Benchimol, the back four. Aguilar is going to be the defensive mid. The two center mids, of course, will be Andres Franco and Tab Yazzie. Two wingers will be Just Kist and Mark Brown, and sitting up front, the ever-present Zach Strand. All right, this is going to be a rough one, but let's kick off and see what happens. All right, and let's kick off in the snow-covered grounds. Remember, this is the end of February in Toronto, out in the open air, so it's open up to the elements. And as you can see, Toronto is going to be, of course, in its all-reds, Club America, the yellow tops, and blue shorts. And already 3 minutes on, Club America with a nice attacking movement, but Marie's able to stop there right before it goes over the line. And I have a fear that it's going to be this all day long. Club America with another shot and another good save by Marie. I'm probably going to be saying that phrase over and over. We get an attacking chance right now off of a free kick. The ball goes forward to Zach Strand. Zach Strand! Whoa! Putting Toronto FC up 1-0 after 12 minutes. And to be quite honest with you, I'm very surprised to see us taking the lead at this point. 2 minutes later, we do have the ball and we do have possession in their area. Tab Yazzie running through defenders. What a save by the Club America keeper. That could have easily been 2-0 for Toronto. Before anything goes any further, just a little bit of encouragement, as I always do, just to see it, and just in case that does anything. I'm pretty sure the team talks don't really contribute much, but I can always hold out hope. Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! What was that? That was a bad back pass by a defender. Oh, man. They're disallowing the goal because Zach Strand tripped up the goalkeeper as the ball was crossing the line. Another chance for Toronto going up 2-0. And that ball just sailing over the crossbar. There was some great movement by the Club America players. And they seem very riled up right now that they are even... that one, they're trailing. Two, they could be trailing by more. They are absolutely livid, I'm sure, that Toronto are playing like this against them. Ball moving. Oh, what a goal. It ties it up. Club America tying it up in the 37th minute after some lovely movement along the baseline, or along the byline at that point. And we come to halftime. It's all 1-1. Yeah, all tied up 1-1. Just keep going out there, boys. You're doing fine. No need to panic. Though, quite honestly, we should be up 2-1, but that's another thing. Just need to hold on for these next 45 minutes. Probably get another goal, and then go into Mexico with trying to have all the confidence in the world, but more than likely we'll end up losing. But we'll see. I've seen stranger things happen. Tell the boys to push forward, starting off the second half. Give a little pressure upon Club America. Force them to be a little more defensive. Benchimol with a yellow, not looking very good there. 70 minutes gone. Well, before that even resolves, I'm going to sub on Fumasa for Just Kist. And then out on the right, Minnie Webster is going to come in. And those are going to be those two subs. I'll hold on to the last one just in case. Good dispossess. Gets it forward to Strand. Now we just need to do something with it. Franco out to Brown on the right. He does have players in the middle he could pass it to, but no, he's cutting inside. Some good passing there. Andres Franco back to Tab Yazzie. We keep the ball, though. Yazzie, once again, gets it forward. Pass it to Strand. Was he onside? The referee's moving back. It is onside, and it's a second goal for Zach Strand. And that puts Toronto up 2-1. And more than likely now, I'm going to just tell everyone, tighten up. I'll gladly take a 2-goal lead or not a 2-goal lead. I'll gladly take a 2-1 lead going into Mexico. But not 2 minutes later, now Club America are coming forward. They are raging forward, and he is offside. I saw the line judge holding up the flag, and there it is, offsides. Okay, I'm going to make one final sub, and that is going to be Alexis Gomez is going to be coming on for Aguilar, as he's looking a little fatigued. Time is just flying by now. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Will anything happen? Doesn't look like it. So, after the first leg, Toronto FC are going to take a 2-1 lead going into Mexico in what I can only describe as, I'm surprised. I don't think travel would have come into it. Probably the weather would have come into it. But we also could have been leading 3, maybe even 4, depending on if all would have went well. But I'll take 2-1. I'll take a 2-1 victory going into Mexico. As you can see there on the calendar, Club America, 6 days away. And then 3 days after that second leg, we kick right off into the MLS season. So it's going to be little to no time to recuperate going into the MLS season. But after taking a look at the rest of the results of quarterfinals, Columbus is leading Dallas. New York Red Bulls and Cruz Azul are drawn together. And Chivas beating up on the Minos Tempite, as I thought anyone would have. But Chivas look to be the out-and-out favorites to advance out of any of these. But we need to concentrate on our own match. So, when we come back, the second leg of Toronto FC and Club America. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright, and here we go. And just looking at their formation is already making me sick. They're running a 4-3-3. And to be quite honest with you, I want to counter that with the 4-3-3 of our own. To be quite honest with you, if we actually get into it, just so we can stop them at least a little bit in the middle, I want to run with this. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean, they are the best team in North America. So take a look and see who we should be playing. Zach Strand actually should go over there. And taking a look at who we have now, we got Marie, Benjamin, Gat, Petke, and Braun. Should I start Minnie Webster instead of Petke? No, keep him out there. Aguilar is going to be our defensive mid. Of course, Yazzie and Franco. And then the 3 strikers sitting up front will be Fumasa, Zach Strand, and Dave Powell. Once again, I'm kind of debating on whether if I want to put Powell in there or Dylan or Brown. What would be better? We're actually going to put Mark Brown in instead of Dave Powell. And we're going to roll with this and hope for the best. I'm probably going to get blown out, but let's just see what happens. And here we go, second leg of the quarterfinals, where we have a 2-1 lead, and already a minute in, and Club America have themselves the ball and are looking to come forward with it. Oh, good dispossess, and we keep it in their area. Brown, out to Braun, same name. Tab Yazzie gets it forward. Oh, and already was he onside? He was. Fumasa, after just 90 seconds, puts Toronto up 1-0, 3-1 on the day, but also we nullify the away goal that Club America got in the first leg. And Fumasa could have made it 2 there, but he skins it just wide left of the post. And already we're putting the pressure on Club America. In what I can only describe as, once again, didn't think this would happen. And it looks like Club America are going to be doing the same exact thing they did to us, but the ball just sails agonizingly close. Almost a goal. This could be a goal right here, actually. No, it is cleared away, and Benjamin running up the right wing. He needed to wait for players and pick out a better pass. And Club America, Defense tackles the ball right to a Club America player, and it's 1-1 on the day. Not really happy about all of that, any of that. And now Club America are getting into their groove. They're doing exactly what they came here to do, and that's just lay a hurting on us, be a lot more attacking than they should have been in the first 15 minutes. But we could come here with a counter. Zach Strand coming forward, gets it through to Mark Brown. Bounces off the goalkeeper. We do get a corner kick out of it. Tabiazzi fires it in, headed back out, but we do still have the ball. Get it in. We have numbers forward. But those numbers forward could be hurting us, and they could definitely hurt us here if Club America get us on a counter. No, we snuff that out. And they're just coming extremely high up. Ooh, a good save by Marier right on the line. Club America definitely taking it to us. Here they come again. It's not even halftime, and already they're almost reaching double-digit shots. Get it out, clear it out. Tabiazzi to Benchimol. Can we pick out a pass? We do. Fumasa slotting it through to Yazzie, who finds Mark Brown. Oh, what a save by the Club America keeper. Could have easily been a goal there. But instead it goes out for a corner kick. Can we keep it in? Can we do anything with it? No, we cannot, as they take it right back. Would that be the end of the highlight? No, it's not the end of the highlight. It's still going. We still have the attack mounting. Fumasa, is he going to take a shot? No, he lays it off and ultimately doesn't do anything with it. Now Club America have themselves a counter. There's some wonderful box-to-box play. Wonderful end-to-end play, but nothing comes of that. And we come to halftime tied 1-1, which was exactly how it went to halftime in the last match, but this time we have a 3-2 lead on aggregate that we really need to hold down. Boys, I'm not happy with your performance out there. You should be doing a lot better than that. Midfielders can do a lot better. Everyone's looking happy. Everyone's looking fired up. Let's go out there and finish out this quarterfinal leg. Let's hold on to this lead. This seemingly very surprising lead at that. I didn't give any encouragement to my boys. So guess what I'm going to do at the hour mark? Just give a little encouragement. Tell them, you can do this. Boys, you can do this. 72 minutes gone is just flying by. I'm going to sub out Andres Franco for Jankovic. Mostly because of the speed. I'm thinking about subbing off Aguilar as well, but I'll hold on to that one. May sub him off in a minute. Actually, I'll probably do that right now. That's going to be resolved before this even gets out. There's a deep throw in for Club America. We do get the ball out. Can we hit them on the counter? Strand into Yazzie through the middle to Jankovic. Jankovic, who just came on. Oh, how did that ball not go in? Can we keep it in? Benchimol. That was right in front of the net. All Jankovic needed to do was just tap it. Just give it a little tap. Tippy tap. And it would have been 2-1 on the day. Alright, with 14 minutes left, I'm going to tell them, to tighten up. And just hold on to this lead. Just hold on to it, boys. 6 minutes left to go. I'm going to bring on a sub up in the front just so we can put a little pressure on them. Put pressure on their back line. Dave Powell's coming in for Mark Brown. And time is just fluttering away. 2 minutes plus stoppage time left. We need to hold on to this. That's the pressure I was talking about. Just keep them on their back foot. Keep them in their half. And we can't let this happen, though. We definitely can't let this happen. No! We had the victory. We had the victory, boys. And the defensive miscue I was hoping for them to have, we had it. I'm extremely disappointed with what just happened. We had the victory. We had it in our hands. But now we got to go to extra time. And I'm not very confident in how this will all go down. I'm extremely upset. First half extra time is just flying by. We got 3 minutes left, but we do have a nice solid attack coming through. Zach Strand, balls for. Is Fumasa offside? I see the ref's flag. No, the ref's flag wasn't up. Okay, we take the lead right back. It's 2-2 on the day, but 4-3 on aggregate. I thought I saw the ref's flag go up, signaling offside, but it's not offside. And with a minute of stoppage time and extra time, you don't see that. And I'm extremely worried. Oh. It's 2-2, 4-3 on aggregate. Club America need 2 goals. If my calculations are correct, Club America cannot win if they score 1 more. They need to score 2 more. I'm tense. I'm very nervous right now. We got 15 minutes left to close this down. Tighten up, boys. 10 minutes left. Goal kick to us. Just need to hold it down. Tab Yazzie. Ball forward. Good tackle by Yazzie. Just keep the pressure on their back line. You can't give the ball away easily like that, pal. Some pinball action in the middle. We just need to keep possession. Just hold on to it as long as possible. Yazzie slots it through to Powell, who hits at the Strand. What a shot. Good shot. Even better save by their keeper. At least we force a corner kick. Yazzie back out to him. Throws it across the field to Gomez. It's taken right off of him very easily. That's okay. Just waste time, boys. Waste time. Don't let them hit you on a quick counter. Though that's a quick counter right there. Oh, that was Maurier. Maurier should have let that one go by instead of fingertip save, as it goes right to a Club America player. And with 1 minute left and 1 minute of stoppage time, I'm just going to tell everyone to tighten up. Stoppage time has passed. Oh, I thought away goals came into effect. Now I'm even more mad. Because away goals should have came into effect here. I think the game's just trolling me. There's no way we should be in penalties right now. I thought there was a away goal rule. That makes me even more mad we gave up that goal on a stupid Maurier fingertip save. What the hell? Everything's going against me in this game. We're going to go with this lineup. Will America step up and they get the first goal? Zach Strand, our number 1 penalty taker, right past the keeper. It's all tied up at 1. Khalil for Club America gets it right past Maurier. Tab Yazzie. Why did you shoot it right down the middle? Palomino. Oh, he missed 2. He bounced it off the crossbar. He bounced off the post. We have a chance to tie it up here. Josh Gatt. He does. He ties it up. It's 2-2. No one is in the driver's seat. No one has the advantage. It's 3-2 Club America. Jankovic steps up. Ties it up. 3-3. Come on, we got to hope for a stop and save. Ooh. Top of the net. Petke. Ties it up. It's sudden death. 4-4 into sudden death penalties. America. He saves it. Oh, he saves it. Who's stepping up for us? Fumasa. Fumasa, you could do this. You could do this, Fumasa. Yes! Yes! Fumasa, the savior. Oh, my God. Oh, after 6 penalties, Fumasa. I didn't even think I had him in the 6th spot. The savior, Fumasa, comes through and we take down the North American Giants. Club America, 5-4 on penalties after all the bullshit that happened in this match. Like I said, I thought for sure we would have won on away goals alone, but having gone to penalties, First, going to extra time in the first place annoyed me. Going into penalties made me extremely sad, but now coming away with the penalty victory is fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations, boys. Yeah, completely passionate. Everyone's happy. Have your celebratory drinks on the flight home back to Toronto. This is definitely a memorable moment for the club. Look at those stats. 29-16. 11-5 on target. Pretty even possession. Oh, my lord. I came away with a victory that I didn't think I'd get. Okay, so taking a look at the rest. Chivas defeats Tempitte, as you would expect. Cruz Azul just blowing out Newark Red Bulls. And FC Dallas defeating Columbus Crew. So it's 2 MLS teams and 2 Mexican teams in the semifinals. Let's take a look at these stages. Who's going to face who in the semis? Oh, we can't draw it. It'll be drawn today. Whatever. As much as I don't want to pass this up, I'm going to have to. Just to get to who are we going to be facing. Toronto draws with FC Dallas in the semifinals, so guaranteed it's going to be an MLS club versus a Mexican club in the semifinal. When are these matches going to be played? Because that's when we're coming back. 17th of March and the 7th of April. So that's when our next episode is going to be. Not somewhere in the middle for a random MLS game. No, we are going to continue on with the CONCACAF Champions League, surprisingly, in the semifinals, after the shocking defeat of Club America. So, until that time, until the semifinals, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.